Part 4. The Impossible Choice. Chapter 5. Sisters of Prophecy. The warehouse fell into shocked silence. Luna stared at the girl who claimed to be her cousin. Raven Blackthorn. Half witch, half werewolf, an impossible hybrid that shouldn't exist under the current laws. "You're lying," Luna said. But even as she said it, she could see the truth. The amber eyes with silver flecks. The way magic crackled around Raven's fingertips, silver but shot through with purple. The mate mark on her wrist that pulsed with dark energy. "Am I?" Raven cocked her head. "Think, cousin. Your mother rewrote the supernatural laws 18 years ago. She made peace between species. She made it possible for magic to cross boundaries that never could before. Did you really think you were the only consequence of that change?" Morgana, Arya breathed. "The High Priestess. She was pregnant when I rewrote the laws." Clever Mooweaver. Raven's smile was sharp. "My mother deliberately got pregnant by a werewolf the week before you broke the old laws. She wanted to test what would happen when the magic shifted. Wanted to see if she could create something new. Something powerful." She spread her arms. "Behold. The result. A hybrid who hates everyone," Dante said flatly. "How original." Sage, Raven's mate, laughed. "It was not a nice sound. We don't hate everyone. We just recognize that the world would be better without all these petty species divisions. Without the constant war. Without the need to choose sides. So you'll kill everyone instead?" Kale's voice was dangerous. "That's your solution?" "Not everyone. Just those who perpetuate the divisions." Raven's eyes found her mother in the corner, Morgana, bound and gagged, struggling against magical restraints. "Even her. She thinks she can control me. Thinks I'm her weapon. But I'm no one's weapon. I'm the future. And the future doesn't need the past." "You're insane," Luna said. "Maybe." Raven shrugged. "Or maybe I'm the only one willing to do what's necessary. See, cousin, you think you can save everyone. That you can take the power and find some magical third option that preserves all species. But you can't. The magic doesn't work that way. It demands balance through sacrifice. Blood for peace. Death for life. Someone has to die so others can live. That's the rule." "Then we change the rule," Luna shot back. "My mother did it once. I can do it again." "Your mother had help. She had allies. She had time." Raven's smile faded. "You have 1 hour. And when that hour is up, only one of us walks away with the power. The prophecy is clear: 2 vessels, 1 choice. We fight. Winner takes all." "No." Dante stepped forward. "There has to be another way." "There isn't." Sage's purple eyes glowed brighter. "The magic has already chosen. Luna and Raven. 2 possible vessels. 2 possible futures. At midnight on Luna's 18th birthday, the power will manifest. Whoever is strongest, whoever wants it more, whoever is willing to sacrifice the most, that person becomes the new Mooweaver. And everyone else." She smiled. "Well, they become irrelevant." "You're bluffing," Arya said. "The prophecy didn't mention a second vessel." "Because your precious elder Selene only saw part of it," Raven interrupted. "The part about Luna. But there were always 2 possible outcomes. 2 possible chosen ones. Me and her. The Witch Wolf and the Moonweaver's daughter. And only one of us can take the power." Luna felt Dante's hand tighten around hers, felt his fear through the bond. "Then we complete our bond now," he said. "Make Luna strong enough that she wins this fight." "You mean rape the bond?" Sage's voice was mocking. "Force completion before you're ready? That'll make her stronger, sure. But it'll also make her vulnerable. Rushed bonds break easily. And when they break," she drew a finger across her throat, "you both die. Is that really the risk you want to take?" Silence. "I thought not." Raven walked toward Emma, who was sobbing quietly in her chair. "Here's the deal. Luna walks away. Rejects her bond. Lets me take the power. And in exchange, I'll let everyone here live. Your friend. Your parents. Even your precious vampire prince. I'll make my choice, eliminate all species, start fresh, and you won't have to watch everyone you love die fighting against me." "Or," Luna said slowly, "I fight you now. Before the hour is up. Before the power manifests. We settle this the old-fashioned way." Raven's eyes gleamed. A challenge? How very werewolf of you. Luna, no, Kale started. She's younger than you, Arya added. She's fully bonded and you're not. Dante's voice was strained. I know. Luna pulled her hand free from Dante's, stepped away from her parents. But if I don't fight now, we fight at midnight anyway. At least this way, I control the terms. Just her and me. No magic. No mates. Just wolves. Deal, Raven said instantly. Too quickly. Like she'd been hoping for exactly this. Luna, she's baiting you. Dante reached for her. I know. Luna met his silver eyes. But it's the only way to save Emma without completing a bond we're not ready for. And it keeps everyone else safe. No one else fights. No one else dies. Just me and her. And when she kills you? Dante's voice broke. When the bond breaks and I die with you? Then you'll have died knowing I tried to save everyone instead of sacrificing anyone. Luna touched his cheek. That has to be worth something. It's not. His hand covered hers. You're worth more than some noble sacrifice. Before Luna could respond, Dante pulled her against him, his fingers threading through her hair as his mouth crashed down on hers. The kiss was desperate, almost angry, filled with all the words he couldn't say, all the fear he couldn't show in front of the others. Luna felt his terror through the bond, his absolute certainty that he was about to lose her. She kissed him back just as fiercely, her hands fisting in his shirt, trying to memorize the taste of him, the feel of him, in case this really was goodbye. His lips moved against hers with a hunger that made her knees weak, and she felt tears, his or hers, she couldn't tell, sliding down between their joined mouths. When they finally broke apart, both breathing hard, Dante pressed his forehead to hers. Don't you dare die on me, he whispered, his voice raw. Don't you dare leave me alone in this world. I won't, Luna promised, though she wasn't sure she could keep it. I'll come back to you. I swear it. You better. He kissed her once more, soft and achingly tender. Because I'm not done with you yet, Luna Nightshade. Not even close. Circle, Raven announced, breaking the moment. Sage waved her hand, purple magic carving a perfect circle into the warehouse floor. Traditional rules. First blood wins. Loser submits or dies. No interference from outsiders or both combatants are disqualified, and I take the power by default. The pack members who'd entered with them started to protest, but Kale held up a hand. Luna, are you sure about this? She looked at her father. The alpha who'd raised her. Who'd taught her to fight, to lead, to protect. You always said an alpha does what's necessary, not what's easy. This is necessary. That's not. Kale's voice was rough. That's not what I meant. I know. Luna hugged him quickly. Then her mother. If this goes wrong. It won't, Arya said fiercely. You're my daughter. You're a moonweaver and a wolf. You're stronger than she is. I hope you're right. Luna stepped into the circle. Raven was already shifting, bones cracking, for sprouting. Her wolf form was massive, bigger than Luna's, with dark fur shot through with silver and purple, which magic made visible in her coat. Luna shifted too. Gray fur with gold. Smaller but faster. More agile. They circled each other. Last chance to submit. Raven's voice came through, distorted by her wolf form. Save us both the trouble. Luna's answer was a snarl. They lunged. The fight was brutal. Raven was bigger, stronger, with witch magic enhancing her already formidable werewolf abilities. But Luna was faster, trained by an alpha, and she had something Raven didn't. People she was fighting for. People she loved. Every time Raven's claws found flesh, Luna thought of Emma. Of her parents. Of Dante, watching with silver eyes full of terror. Every time Luna landed a hit, she pushed harder. Fought fiercer. But it wasn't enough. Raven was too strong. Too powerful. Too enhanced by the completed bond with her witchmate. A massive paw caught Luna across the chest, sending her flying. She hit the warehouse wall hard enough to crack concrete. Pain exploded through her body. Through the bond, she felt Dante's anguish, felt him trying to reach her but being held back by pack members who knew the rules, no interference, or everyone dies. Submit, Raven growled, standing over her. It's over, cousin. You fought well. But you're not strong enough. Not bonded enough. Not powerful enough. Luna tried to stand, but her legs wouldn't cooperate. Blood dripped from a dozen wounds. Her vision blurred. Through the bond, she felt Dante's presence. His strength. His love. His absolute refusal to let her die. Take it, she heard his voice in her mind. Take my strength. Take everything I have. Complete the bond right now. Save yourself. It'll hurt you, she thought back. Completing it under stress. I don't care. I'd rather die bonded to you than live without you. Take it, Luna. Take all of me. She felt him opening the bond wider, felt vampire strength flooding through her, felt his ancient power mixing with her wolf. And she made a choice. Not the choice the prophecy demanded. Not werewolf or vampire. Not one species or another. She chose both. Luna let the bond open completely, let Dante's power merge with hers. But instead of just taking his strength, she gave him hers too. Shared her wolf. Her Moonweaver heritage. Her mother's magic that had always lingered in her blood, dormant until this moment. Silver and gold exploded through her body. Luna stood, wounds healing, eyes glowing, one amber, one silver. Oh shit, Raven breathed. My turn, Luna said. What happened next was too fast for anyone to follow. Luna moved with vampire speed, hit with werewolf strength. And every blow carried Moonweaver magic, silver light that burned through Raven's enhanced defenses, that severed the artificial power of the force bond. Within seconds, it was over. Raven lay on the ground, whimpering, submission clear in every line of her body. I yield, she gasped. I submit. You win. The circle vanished. The warehouse held its breath. Well, Sage said into the silence. That was unexpected. Luna shifted back to human form, not caring about her nakedness, not caring about anything except the fact that she was alive. Dante was alive. Emma was alive. Before she could take another breath, Dante was there, wrapping his jacket around her shoulders and crushing her against him. His hands cupped her face, trembling as his thumbs traced her cheekbones like he needed to confirm she was real. Don't ever, his voice cracked. Don't ever do that to me again. I had to. He cut her off with a kiss that stole whatever words she'd been about to say. This wasn't the desperate goodbye from before. This was pure relief, pure joy, pure overwhelming love. His mouth moved over hers with a reverence that made her chest ache, like he was worshiping her, thanking every deity he didn't believe in that she was still here, still his. Luna kissed him back with everything she had, tasting salt, tears, though she wasn't sure whose. Her hands slid up to tangle in his platinum hair, pulling him closer, closer, until there was no space left between them. Through the bond, now fully complete, she felt his emotions crash over her in waves, fear giving way to relief, relief giving way to love so profound it made her dizzy. When they finally broke apart, both breathing hard, Dante pressed kisses to her forehead, her cheeks, the tip of her nose. You're mine, he whispered against her skin. Mine to protect. Mine to love. Mine to stand beside. And I almost lost you. But you didn't. Luna caught his face in her hands, forcing him to meet her eyes. I'm right here. And I'm not going anywhere. Ever. You're stuck with me now, vampire. Good. He kissed her again, softer this time but no less intense. Because I'm never letting you go. Untie her, Luna said finally, pulling away reluctantly and pointing at Emma. Now. Sage moved to comply, surprisingly cooperative. As Emma was freed, she ran to Luna, sobbing. You're insane, Emma cried. Completely insane. I thought you were going to die. So did I. Luna hugged her best friend tightly. Then looked at Raven. Get up. Raven shifted back to human form, blood dripping from multiple wounds. You won. The power is yours. Just make it quick. I'm not going to kill you. Luna walked over to her cousin, extended a hand. I'm going to give you a choice. The same choice my mother gave everyone 18 years ago. You can let go of your hatred. Let go of your pain. Join us in building something better. Or you can leave. Walk away. Live your life however you want. But the war ends here. Tonight. With us. Raven stared at the offered hand like it might be a trick. Why? She finally asked. I tried to kill you. Tried to take everything from you. Why would you? Because you're my cousin. Because you're hurting. Because someone has to be the first to choose peace. Luna's hand didn't waver. And because I refused to become what the prophecy wanted me to be, someone who chooses death over life. Someone who sacrifices anyone for power. Slowly, hesitantly, Raven took her hand. I don't trust this, she said. I don't trust you. But she looked at Sage, at her mate, at the love she clearly felt despite everything. But maybe I'm tired of hating. Maybe I want to try something different. Then try, Luna said simply. Dante appeared at her side, having retrieved her discarded clothes from before the fight. As Luna quickly dressed, pulling on jeans and a shirt with hands that still shook slightly from adrenaline, she felt his pride through the bond. His admiration. His awe. When she turned to face him, he didn't say anything at first. He just looked at her, his silver eyes soft in a way she'd never seen before. Then he reached for her, slow and gentle, giving her every chance to pull away. She didn't. His hands settled on her waist, pulling her close, and when he kissed her this time, it was different from the others. This wasn't desperation or relief. This was reverence. Worship. A vampire prince showing his mate exactly how much he cherished her strength, her compassion, her impossible, beautiful heart. You're extraordinary, he murmured against her lips, the words vibrating between them. Absolutely extraordinary. Do you have any idea what you just did? You didn't just win a fight, Luna. You changed everything. Again. Luna smiled against his mouth, her hands sliding up his chest to rest over his heart. I had help. From you. From everyone. I couldn't have. Yes, you could have. He kissed her again, deeper this time, his fingers threading through her hair. You're a force of nature, Luna Nightshade. You always have been. I'm just lucky enough to be caught in your orbit. Keep talking like that, and I might get a big head, she teased, but her voice was thick with emotion. Good. You should. He kissed her once more, quick and fierce. You just saved the world. Again. You're allowed to be proud. A clock somewhere in the warehouse began to chime. Midnight. Her 18th birthday. The power she'd been promised, the choice she was supposed to make, it rose up around her like a wave. Ancient. Terrible. Demanding. Choose, it whispered. Choose who lives and who dies. Choose vampire or werewolf. Choose power or peace. Luna looked at Dante, whose hand had found hers again. At her parents, standing together, united. At Emma, safe and alive. At Raven and Sage, watching with wary hope. At all the pack members and vampires in the warehouse, extremists and allies alike, all waiting to see what she would choose. No, Luna said to the power. I reject you. I reject this choice. I reject the idea that peace requires genocide. Find someone else to manipulate. Find some other vessel. I'm not interested. The power recoiled, surprised. You cannot refuse. The prophecy. The prophecy was wrong, Luna interrupted. Or incomplete. Or written by someone who didn't understand that there's always another option. Always another choice. And my choice is this. I choose love over fear. I choose building bridges over burning them. I choose my bond with Dante, my friendship with Emma, my family, my pack, and yes, even my complicated relationship with a cousin who tried to kill me. I choose all of it. I choose everyone. And if that means I don't get your power, fine. I don't want it anyway. The ancient magic swirled around her, confused, angry, thwarted. And then, slowly, it began to fade. Impossible, it whispered as it dissolved. No one has ever refused. Well, Luna said as the last of it disappeared, I guess there's a first time for everything. In the silence that followed, Dante pulled her into his arms, kissing her so fiercely it stole her breath. You're insane, he said against her lips. Completely, utterly insane. Runs in the family. She kissed him back. Think you can handle being bonded to someone this reckless? I think I don't have a choice. And I think he pulled back just enough to look at her. I think I'm falling in love with you, Luna Nightshade. Funny. She smiled. I think I'm falling in love with you too, Dante crimson. This is adorable and all, Maya's voice cut through the moment, but we should probably get out of here before the old order regroups or something. Good point. Kale was already moving toward the exit, Arya beside him. Everyone out. Now. As they filed out of the warehouse, Luna noticed Morgana in the corner, still bound. What about her? She asked. Raven hesitated. She's my mother. But she used me. Tried to turn me into a weapon. Then let her face pack justice, Luna said. My father can decide what to do with a witch who conspired with extremists. Raven nodded slowly. Okay. Yeah. That's fair. Outside, dawn was breaking. Pink and gold spreading across the sky, painting the world in colors that matched the hope blooming in Luna's chest. They stood together in the empty parking lot, just the two of them. The others had gone ahead to give them privacy, or maybe they'd just known that Luna and Dante needed this moment. Happy birthday, Dante said softly, turning her to face him fully. Luna laughed, the sound almost giddy with relief and exhaustion and joy. Best birthday ever. Nearly died, completed a mate bond, rejected ancient evil power, made peace with my homicidal cousin. You know, normal 18-year-old stuff. Normal. Dante's smile was soft, genuine, devastating. Nothing about you is normal, Luna. Thank God. He reached into his pocket, pulled out a small velvet box. Luna's breath caught. I know we're already bonded, he said, his voice suddenly uncertain in a way she'd never heard from him before. I know this might seem redundant, but I needed you to have this. He opened the box. Inside was a ring, silver and gold intertwined in an intricate braid, set with a moonstone that seemed to glow with inner light. It was the most beautiful thing Luna had ever seen. Dante, she breathed, her eyes burning with tears. It was my mother's, he said quietly. The only thing I have left of her. She wore it every day until she died. And I've been carrying it with me since I met you, waiting for the right moment. I want you to have it. Want you to know that you're not just my mate, Luna. You're my choice. My forever. My everything. My home. The tears spilled over as he slipped the ring onto her finger. It fit perfectly, like it had been made for her. I love you, Luna whispered, looking up at him. I love you so much it terrifies me. So much I can barely breathe with it. So much that I'd fight 1,000 ravens, reject 1,000 prophecies, walk through fire if it meant keeping you safe. Good. His smile was radiant, transforming his usually cool features into something warm and alive and impossibly beautiful. Because I love you more. And I'm going to spend the rest of eternity proving it. Their kiss was slow and deep and full of promise. The kind of kiss that spoke of forever, of early mornings and late nights, of challenges faced together and triumphs celebrated as one. Of children not yet born and adventures not yet had. Of a love that would span centuries, survive anything, outlast everything. Luna poured everything she felt into that kiss, all her love, her hope, her absolute certainty that this vampire prince was hers, and she was his, and nothing would ever change that. When they finally pulled apart, the sun had fully risen, bathing them both in golden light. Come on, Luna said, lacing her fingers through his and admiring the way her new ring caught the light. Let's go home. Home, Dante echoed, squeezing her hand. I like the sound of that. Best birthday ever, Luna said again. And meant it with every fiber of her being. 3 months later. The mating ceremony took place under a full moon, with both vampires and werewolves in attendance. Luna wore a dress of silver and gold, her dark hair loose around her shoulders, threaded with moonflowers that Emma had painstakingly woven through the dark strands. Dante wore traditional vampire formal wear, his platinum hair catching the moonlight, looking like some kind of ethereal prince from a fairy tale. Before the ceremony began, they had a private moment in the garden behind the pack house. The moon hung fat and full overhead, and the air smelled like jasmine and possibility. Dante took both her hands, his silver eyes intense in the moonlight, bright with emotions he no longer tried to hide. Last chance to run, he teased, though his voice was thick with feeling. I hear there's a nice vampire prince looking for a mate. Very rich. Extremely handsome. Utterly devoted to you. Might be a better option. Luna laughed, the sound pure and joyful. Tempting. But I think I'll stick with the one I've got. She stood on her toes, pulling him down to her. You're stuck with me now, vampire. For better or worse. Forever and always. Promise, he whispered, his breath ghosting across her lips. Promise. Their kiss was soft and sweet and full of joy, so different from those desperate kisses in the warehouse 3 months ago. This was peace. This was certainty. This was coming home after a long journey and knowing you never had to leave again. Luna felt the bond sing between them, fully completed, unbreakable, eternal. She felt Dante's happiness matching her own, felt his love wrapping around her like a warm blanket, felt the absolute rightness of this moment. We should go, she murmured against his lips when they finally broke apart, both of them grinning like idiots. Everyone's waiting. Let them wait. Dante kissed her again, deeper this time, one hand tangling in her flower-adorned hair while the other pressed against the small of her back, holding her close. I want to remember this moment. Just us. Before we make it official in front of everyone. Before you become Luna Nightshade Crimson and I become the luckiest vampire in existence. You're already the luckiest vampire in existence, Luna teased, but she kissed him back with everything she had. And nothing's going to change. Not the important things. I'll still be me. You'll still be you. We'll still be us. Us, Dante repeated softly, reverently, like it was a prayer. I like the sound of that. Me too. Luna rested her head against his chest, listening to the heartbeat that now beat in sync with hers. Me too. When they finally walked into the ceremony hand in hand, Luna had never felt more certain of anything in her life. This was where she was meant to be. With him. Always. Do you, Luna Nightshade, take Dante Crimson as your fated mate? Elder Celine asked, her ancient eyes twinkling with approval. I do. And do you, Dante Crimson, take Luna Nightshade as your fated mate? I do. Then by the power vested in me by ancient law and modern treaty, I pronounce you mated for life. You may seal the bond. Their kiss tasted like moonlight and blood and promise. The crowd erupted into cheers, werewolves howling, vampires applauding, even a few witches, Raven and Sage included, celebrating wildly. As they pulled apart, Luna felt the bond solidify completely. Unbreakable now. Permanent. Forever. No regrets? Dante asked quietly, his forehead pressed to hers. Not a single one. Luna laced her fingers through his. You. Only that I didn't meet you sooner. We have forever now. Forever, he agreed, his smile bright enough to rival the moon. I like the sound of that. In the crowd, Emma was crying happy tears, mascara running down her face as she clutched a bouquet of moonflowers. Cale had his arm around Arya, both of them smiling despite the tears in their own eyes. Even Lord Crimson was there, standing stiffly but present, a grudging smile on his usually stern face. And beside him, a teenage girl with platinum blonde hair and Dante's silver eyes, Ivy, Luna's new sister-in-law, who'd spent the last 3 months becoming Luna's best friend after Emma. Speech, someone called out. Definitely Luca. His voice was unmistakable. Luna laughed. You want a speech? Yes, the crowd shouted in unison. She looked at Dante, who shrugged with a smile and gestured for her to go ahead. Then she turned to address everyone assembled. 3 months ago, I was supposed to make an impossible choice. Save werewolves or save vampires. Choose my species or choose love. Choose power or choose peace. The crowd fell silent, hanging on her every word. But I learned something that night. I learned that the hardest choices aren't between good and evil. They're between different kinds of good, different visions of the future. And I learned that sometimes, the best choice is to refuse to choose at all. To find a third option. To build something new. Something better than what came before. She squeezed Dante's hand, feeling his support flowing through the bond. My mother united vampires and werewolves by rewriting the laws of supernatural existence. Tonight, Dante and I unite our species through love. Through choice. Through the simple act of refusing to let old prejudices dictate our future. Her eyes found Raven in the crowd, standing with Sage, both of them holding hands. Her cousin had joined the pack, was learning to control her hybrid nature, was slowly, carefully becoming family. We are stronger together than apart. Vampire and werewolf. Witch and wolf. Human and supernatural. We are all connected. All part of the same world. And if we can choose to see that, if we can choose love over fear, hope over hatred, then maybe, just maybe, we can build something that lasts. Something worth fighting for. Something worth living for. Something worth dying for. She raised her glass, and everyone else followed suit. To the future. To love. To impossible choices that turn into beautiful possibilities. And to my mate, she looked at Dante, her heart so full she thought it might burst. Thank you for choosing me. Thank you for believing in me when I didn't believe in myself. Thank you for showing me that sometimes the most powerful magic isn't rewriting the world, it's changing one heart at a time. Starting with our own. The crowd erupted into cheers again, louder this time. And as Luna kissed her mate under the full moon, surrounded by pack and coven and court, she felt something she'd never felt before. Complete. Not because she'd gained power. Not because she'd fulfilled a prophecy. But because she'd chosen love. And love had chosen her back. They say every generation has a choice to make. A moment that defines who they'll become. Luna Nightshade chose love over power. Unity over division. Hope over hatred. And in doing so, she proved that sometimes the most revolutionary act isn't grand magic or ancient prophecy. It's simply choosing to see the humanity in everyone, even those we're supposed to hate. Her name is Luna Nightshade Crimson now. She's a werewolf. She's bonded to a vampire. She's a bridge between worlds. And her story? It's only just beginning. Because while one prophecy has been fulfilled, there are always more challenges ahead. More choices to make. More hearts to change. But for now, under this full moon, with her mate beside her and her pack around her, Luna is exactly where she's meant to be. Home. Loved. Complete. And ready for whatever comes next. The Yendi, or is it? Call to action. Thank you for joining us on Luna's journey. If you want more stories from the Moonlit Legends universe, let me know in the comments. Should we tell Raven and Sage's story? What about Ivy, Dante's sister? Or maybe you want to see what happens when Luna and Dante's first child is born. Drop your suggestions below and don't forget to tell me where you're watching from. Team Luna or Team Raven? Let me know. Subscribe to Moonlit Legends for more supernatural romance, impossible choices, and love stories that defy the odds. Until next time, may the moonlight guide your path.